Yo, what is up, guys? Back with another video today, and today I wanted to do something different. No, we're not playing ones, no, we're not playing threes, and you can kind of tell by the title, but today we're going to be working on you guys, taking like plats up to champs, and diamonds up to champ, and champ possibly up to grand champ, with a few little tips I have, and yeah, it's going to be different than the video I did a while back, which was just 5 general tips to improve. This one, I'm going to be more specific and mainly base it off what I've played with, what I've played against through Platinum 1, Diamond area, Champ area, all the way up to like Champ 3, low GC. And I have a bonus tip at the end for the slightly higher ranked GC1, GC2s that could possibly get them GC3 or SSL, or just up one more rank than they already are. But if you want to hear that tip, gotta stay tuned. And otherwise, honestly, all these tips, I have them written down, could be used in any rank. It's not just rank locked. You could use them at any rank, and they would help you in general. But yeah, without further ado, make sure to like, sub, comment, and I'll see you guys in the tips. Okay, starting off with the plats, I have three things for each rank, but the first one is a big thing, and it is trust your teammates. And what I mean by that is to actually, in the match, trust your teammates. I'm gonna go in training. But when you're in your match and your teammate isn't doing the thing you want them to do, don't just blame them and play aggro and be cringe all the time. Actually play with your teammate. And it's really hard to do, and it's luckily what a few of you guys notice in my gameplay. And it's kind of like not a high rank thing. I don't want to say like it's easier in the higher ranks, but it's when you take a look at your teammate and realize what they're doing that's not helping you guys, instead of just blaming them, play to their negatives and make them your positives, I guess. Like, at least keep them neutral so you don't just get scored on all the time. But, yeah, that's like the main thing I want to say is trust your teammates. I know it's really hard. I was in Plat once. And it gets better, trust me. Not by much, but it gets better. Alright, second tip for plats is your aerials. I do play with a couple plats, and I have played against quite a lot of plats. And a lot of the things they get wrong is the aerials. And usually, like what I see is they'll do the double jump and then start boosting. That's just a big no-no. Because that is slower, and unless you're like really consistent with your aerials early on, it's gonna just slow you down. So what you can do instead is the double jump while boosting. Like, you can still go forward as well, and that's also another thing, is a lot of people go forward and then go up. What the heck, my Siri brother. Alright, sorry about that. Siri just popped off for a second. But yeah, what you want to do is go up and not forward. Like, you'll see a lot of the, not even just high ranks, but a lot of the diamonds, gems, like, go forward and up. But what you want to do is go straight up. You can double jump or you can single jump. I prefer you to not single jump. But going up as fast as you can and straight up as fast as you can will help your aerials in the long run. Trust me about that. I started going like this and then up, and I was so slow to the ball in the air every single time. Even in my own rank, I'd get dusted, like dusted. But as soon as you learn to go up, and the trick for your aerials, like early on, is to, like, you kind of want to meet the ball where you want to be at the ball, if that makes sense. Like, let's say the ball is popped up here. Let's say the ball is popped up here. You want to meet it. Like, you want to meet the ball and get as much power as you can off of it. Otherwise, the ball will just go, and that's not good. But as long as you can meet the ball in a spot it doesn't matter where the ball goes or where you go, as long as you just follow it in. Or not in, you just follow it if you need to. But second tip, learn your aerials. Make sure to go up as fast as you can instead of forward. And trust me, it'll help in the long run. And tip number 3 for the plats is ground play. And this one is kind of easy to work on, especially in training, because now Rocket League or Psionics or Epic, whoever one you want to say it, has implemented the D-pad. Like, the D-pad buttons can do many things. I have mine set to something. I don't even know what it is, but I think it's the default. But like, you can spawn on your car, and what I would suggest practicing is spawning it on your car and just controlling it for as long as you can. Obviously, I can control it for a little bit longer than most plats. I'd say there's a few cracked plats, but yeah, trying to keep it on your car as long as you can. If you drop it, that's fine. Just practice cutting it, just like this. And honestly, that could work in a ranked match. That could work in casual, and it honestly works against high ranks too. I did that in a off recording threes match, and I just sauced up the entire team, just weaving in and out, just wah, wah, bang, all of that. But tip number 3, work on your ground play. Spawn the ball on top of your car. You can drop it, turn it into a bounce dribble if you want, like this, or just trying to keep it on your car as long as you can, with and without boost. If you need to use boost, that's fine, but I suggest just trying to use as little boost as you can. And yeah, that's plat. We're gonna move right on to diamond. Alrighty, on to the diamonds. And for diamond, it's a little harder because you guys are kind of harder to judge, because like I'll see you guys like pull off resets and musties and whatever, like higher level mechanics, and then I'll see you guys just miss the ball completely, and it's really irritating. But yeah, first tip I have is consistency. And what I mean by that is not stop going, but like, go for shots you can see in game more often. If you go for an air dribble every game, work on your air dribbles. If you go for wall reads every game, go for your wall reads. But it's all in the consistency and the amount of times you see something in a game. Like me personally, I don't see that many air dribbles, but can I air dribble still? Yes, and that's fine. But it's more of the ground play stuff. And the more you can work on your ground play, especially in twos, this is like mainly a twos thing, but the more you can work on your ground play, the stuff in games, and getting those down to not a mastery, because you don't need to be there yet, but a semi good level, then honestly you can move your way up to champ pretty easily. The only thing there would be aerials, but just putting more time into the game can easily increase your rate and success of everything you do. But yeah, that's tip number 1 for the diamonds. Practice your consistency. Speaking of consistency, tip number 2 is kind of working on your high level basics. And what I mean by that is practicing, like, if you don't know how to speed flip yet, speed flip. Learn the speed flip. Just try to go around the map speed flipping, and if you don't know it, there's so many tutorials, and if you really want, I can do one. I just don't know how to get my controller overlay working, but that's another problem for another time. But yeah, working on your speed flips, and if you haven't at the diamond level, practice your half flips, and yeah, just keep practicing on the, I'd say, higher-ish level basics. Because at this point in time in the game, if you don't know how to speed flip and if you don't know how to half flip, you're probably like years behind the current meta in like anything. But yeah, just keep working on your higher level max, not higher level max, but your higher basics, and you can easily move into champ if that's really what you want. and even into a Grand Champ, because all the time we be speed flipping and half flipping. But yeah, tip number 2 is working on your higher level basics. Okay, tip number 3 for the diamonds is stay on the ground. And what I mean by that is, and this is kind of universal as well, but to stay on the ground, like let's say you're pushed up here, right? And the ball is coming from the corner from your teammate, and this is also where you should like push up to the max, is the 70-30 rule, about 70% of the way up the field, and there's the rest of the field that I would have to defend as last man. But let's say the ball is coming from the corner and it goes wee up in the air and it's close to their backboard, and you think you have an angle, but you have to meet the ball at that angle, and it's like right about here. I would just not go for that. There's like, even if it is diamond and they miss, there's still like 2 defenders most likely in net, and even maybe on the wall where the ball is pretty much at. You can stay on the ground, or you could be like slightly further back and it still wouldn't matter, because if they clear the ball and it goes over here, bang, you've collected the ball, and now you can put it back for the backboard for your teammate if he's going back, or you could shoot it on net and maybe it goes in, who knows. But like, and this goes for champ as well, which is why I had a slightly harder time with the diamonds and the champs, but is to just stay on the ground. Like, you can like stay in this zone on offense and you'd probably be fine as long as the ball just pops out a little more mid and like slightly further back. Like, you could probably be around here, like this little zone, or like this like darker path on here, and then just bang. For crosses, you kind of want it further out than closer in to their net, just cause defense is there. Even if they miss, there's still like I'd say 60% chance at least that the ball is cleared out from the net. But yeah, that's my 3rd tip. Stay on the ground. Don't jump early. Try to jump when the ball is more winnable for you, if that makes sense. Alrighty. Now for the champs, I had a bit harder time, and it's kind of things that I think are very simple to understand, and I kind of touch back on a lot of things of the other 2 ranks just because like they're really important stuff. But my first tip is don't be that guy. Now you may be saying, what does that mean? And I'd be saying that too, but luckily I know what that means, and it means to not blame your teammates. Like, come on, they're your teammates for a reason. They're in this rank for a reason. You don't have to like backpack them and just like say like, oh, you're doing bad, oh, this is what you're doing wrong. And it may be true, but you guys are in the same rank for a reason, so it's kind of karma in a way. But that, yeah, just don't be that guy. Just don't be that guy. Now, tip number 2 is a bit weirder for me to kind of say at this rank, but it's to keep your hours up. And what I mean is not just playing ranked, not just playing casual, not just sitting and training. It's doing all of them at the same time, and grinding the hours in and up. Like, let's say for instance, you're at a job, you work, I don't know the rates, you work like 40 hours a week, and then your boss is like, oh, you gotta work 48 now, but you get more money. That's kind of what it is, like keeping your hours up. And honestly, it could boost your consistency. As I was saying before, it can sometimes change your mindset, not always, but it can sometimes change your mindset. And it gives you more time to work on everything that you're not so good in. Like, let's say you're not good at your recoveries. We'll just go at the wall and just flip and then try to recover. Just you have more time to work on the stuff you're not good in, and then to have that extra time to put that stuff in. I'm kind of rambling because it makes a lot of sense to me, but I don't know really how to describe it in the best way besides just play the game more and work on things that you're not that good in. Like for me, I'm trying to get good at the wall dash, but clearly it's not going too well for me. But yeah, tip number 2 for, I believe it's 2. Yeah, tip number 2 for the champs is to keep your hours up in any way possible. Yeah. Okay, tip number 3 is a little more geared towards the higher end of champ, like high champ 2 and pretty much champ 3, is to speed up your play. Now, I played with one of my friends who's currently champ 3 and is on the grind for grand champ, and we were playing in some like low GC lobbies, and they were really outpacing him, not just in general speed, but in like awareness and like keeping up with the play, and of course with the speed a little bit. But to like speed up your play is just doing things that you do just faster. Like if you don't read that, oh, recover. Just faster recoveries. Just you're aerialing, just aerial aerial faster. It's not that hard. But yeah, just keep up your speed. Like it helps in training, just constantly going supersonic, working on things that you aren't supersonic in, and then just practicing them while you're going the max speed. And it kind of helps with recoveries too, is that the faster you are like working on your recoveries, the faster the chances that, or the higher the chance, not faster, the higher the chances it will happen in game, and you'll get back sooner and help out your teammate more and get scored on less. Stuff like that. Or like pressing the ball, or like looking around the map. Like it is kind of a universal thing of just speeding up your play any way possible, just playing faster. And yeah, but the bonus tip is coming up, and I think you guys might enjoy it. I'll see you there. Alrighty, for the bonus tip, it's a little more goofy, I want to say, but it's awareness, and this goes for all ranks, which is why I put it last as the bonus tip. It is for all ranks, really. The awareness scaling depends on where you're at. Like, let's say you're in Diamond 2, because that's the first one I saw. You might not be seeing the same things or are as aware as a Champ 1, let's say, or a Champ 3, or obviously the GCs and SSLs. But to like practice your awareness is really hard. It's just putting more time into the game. Like if you guys have seen the I forgot who does it. I think it's Striped, but I believe it's him. But he did or it was Sunless, but the like 2,000, 5,000 hour or gold versus the 100 hour gold, or the 50 hour gold. The like main difference I saw then while watching was just their awareness, just because they've seen the situation so many times over, and which is why I say to keep your hours up, is because you have more time into the game, and you've seen more things. You know the outcome sometimes to the things. Like the people that I play with don't understand how I read bounces like off the wall, like at all. It's just because I've seen the bounces, like this one's going to go up and then out. Yeah, I just get my car into the situation, and it's just I set up a play. It's just because I've seen the bounce so many times, and it's like, oh, up and out and off this wall, and then bang. I just know where the ball is going. And that's like the one thing that can also help keeping your hours up, as I said on the champ tip. But yeah, awareness, keeping your hours up, and kind of everything I said can go for all your ranks. Like if you're still aerialing forward at champ, I got something to say. You just go up. it will definitely help in the long run. But yeah, those are kind of all the tips I had for you. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the outro. Alright, welcome to the outro. I just want to say thank you for watching the video if you have to this point, and let me know down in the comments if I skipped anything, if you guys wanted anything else, because I think I did general points that everyone can work on, just because I don't know you guys as a player, so you could be the cracked up plat that's doing chained resets into a pancake, but I see it's kind of black and white for me because I just don't know you guys as players, and these are the general tips I can give you, and I think you've probably heard a few of them at least a couple times. But yeah, I'm just here to spread more awareness of things to help you guys reach the next rank, and clearly some of you are on that grind. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know down in the comments if I, as I said, missed anything, if you want something else. Don't worry, the Road to SSL will be back next video. I just thought, I was oh, I could do this video. But, yeah, as I said in the intro, make sure to like, sub, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.